Good morning, children. So this is English for class 8, 13th January. So, are you all reading, studying hard? Yes, please do that. So let's begin today's topic. What's the topic? Editing and omission. Let's begin. Petra is a historical and archaeological city in southern Jordan, constructed around 312 BCE as the capital of the Nabateans. It truly reflects the heritage in Jordan. This wonder of the world are half built and half carved into the rock. It is a smaller desert valley covered into tower sandstone cliffs in the edges of the Wadi Araba desert. Petra is often called Rose City because of the rose red colored sandstone hills. It is well surrounded by red tinged mountains that make a reddish appearance. Petra is a historical and archaeological city in southern Jordan, constructed around 312 BCE as the capital of the Nabateans. It truly reflects the Jordan. This wonder of the world is half built and half carved into a rock. It is a small desert valley covered by towering sandstone cliffs on the edge of the Wadi Araba desert. So, I've given you the answers. You better check whether your editing of the passage is correct or not. In case you have made any mistake, in case there are errors, kindly do the correction. Yes, children? Yeah. Petra is often called Rose City because of the rose red colored sandstone hills. It is well surrounded by red tinged mountain which makes a reddish appearance. The concept of editing. Let's have a look at this one. Editing is a stage in the writing process in which a writer or editor strives to improve a draft by correcting errors and by making words and sentences clearer, more precise and more effective. It involves creative skills and a precise set of methods. Needless to say that one needs a good working knowledge of structural conventions and a good vocabulary if one wants to attain mastery in editing. Editing is basically doing the corrections in simple English. It involves adding, deleting and rearranging words along with recasting sentences and cutting out the clutter. All the mistakes have to be corrected. Objectives of editing. What are the objectives of editing? Detection and removal of factual, grammatical and typographical errors, clarification of incomprehensible sentences, passages, elimination of parts not suitable for the targeted audience, proper sequencing to achieve a smooth, unbroken flow of narrative. Editing and proofreading are concerned with the correctness, appropriateness and style of writing. Editing focuses on the clarity of the piece written. Yes, particularly structural convention, word choice, sentence construction and transition. Proofreading. Check spelling, be alert for typos, check punctuation, make sure that the correct formatting and citation style is all used. Check the verb tenses remain consistent. Look at the subject, verb and the pronoun antecedent agreement. Always there has to be subject verb agreement. Errors in usage of nouns and prepositions. Non-count nouns should not be used with the articles a or an, since they are meant to be limiting quantifiers. Take a look at the following examples. We are going to buy a new furniture for our living room. We can't use a furniture in a sentence. We are going to buy new furniture for our living room. This is correct. We had a rain yesterday. No, that is not correct. We had rain yesterday. That's correct answer. Non-count nouns are not usually followed by numbers. Please show one mercy on those who are poor. Is mercy countable? Can you count mercy? Daya, as you say in Hindi? No. Please show mercy on those who are poor. We don't say a mercy. That is wrong, children. Collective nouns are names that stand for a group or collection of people or things. A collective noun is a single thing, but that single thing is made up of more than one individual. A collective noun can be singular or plural depending on the sense of the sentence. When the members of a collective noun are acting as individuals, the collective noun is plural and requires plural verb and pronouns. Some non-count nouns always have plural forms. We should be careful not to use numbers along with them. Example, shoes, pants, glasses, etc. I bought a pair of new shoes. You don't buy shoe, you buy shoes. From Woodland, I want to buy a pair of pants. Even though we cannot use determiners such as a, an, etc., with uncountable nouns, certain determiners and expressions of some quantity can still be used with them. Example, some, any, no, the, this, that, a lot of, a bit of, little, etc. We normally ride by train, car, bike, by boat, by plane, by land, by sea, by air. But note that by is not used if there is an article. We ride in the car, on a bus, and not by the car or by a bus. By bus is correct, but not by a bus. The prepositions at, on, and in are used for position. The preposition to is used for movement or direction. The comparative adjectives inferior, superior, junior, senior, anterior, posterior are followed by to instead of than. All these things you have to remember. Next, errors in the usage of nouns, prepositions and articles. Mercury is an planet nearest to a sun. Recently, data on spacecraft have shown astronomers that Mercury, like our moon, is covered in craters. A surface of Venus may also be cratered, but thick clouds from gases hide and landscape of telescopes. Craters are formed when large meteorites, which is fragments of comets or asteroids, collide with an planet or an planet satellite. Some of the craters on moon are 320 miles wide. Now I am showing you the answer. Now the edited paragraph. In the previous one there were so many errors. Now this is the correct one. Edited paragraph. Mercury is the planet nearest to the sun. Recently, data from spacecraft have shown astronomers that Mercury, like our moon, is covered with what? Covered with craters. Yeah. The surface of Venus may also be cratered, but thick clouds of gas hide the landscape from telescopes. Craters are formed when large meteorites, which are fragments of comets or asteroids, collide with a planet or a planet satellite. Some of the craters on the moon are 320 miles wide. Now, omission. Okay? Once upon time there lived king named Midas. Some word or phrase is omitted in every line, children. Yes, he was richest king in the world and had room full gold his castle. Certain words a word is omitted in each line, word or a phrase. You have to find out which word is omitted and you have to do the correction. Loved gold so much that he used to spend days counting his gold pieces. One day beautiful fairy appeared from off front of while he was counting gold. Sounds funny, isn't it, children? Because words are missing. That is why this passage is not correct. Fairy said to Midas, "You are wealthiest king in the world. There is no king who possesses as much gold as you." King Midas said, "That is true. I have room full gold and would like have much more." Are you able to guess in each line which is that word that is missing? It is easy to guess. Did you observe anything strange in Midas' story? Yes, I have observed. Was there anything missing? Yes, a word is missing in each line. Let us read the story once again. Children, read the story once again. Yeah, there it is on the screen. Children, read it. Okay, now this is the correct one with the answers. Okay, once upon a time, there lived a king named Midas. He was the richest king in the world and had a room full of gold in his castle. Now observe here, no word is missing. Yes, it's perfectly correct. He loved gold so much that he used to spend days counting his gold pieces. One day a beautiful fairy appeared in front of him while he was counting the gold. The fairy said to Midas, "You are the wealthiest king in the world. There is no king who possesses as much gold as you." King Midas said, "That is true. I have a room full of gold and I would like to have much more." Did you notice any difference? Did you find the missing words? Let us list the missing words. Have you listed? Very good. The following words were missing at various places. Can you tell which part of speech they belong to? The is article, to of prepositions, he, him, pronouns. Yes. I hope you understood this, children. Let us talk about the various parts of speech that are commonly omitted in the omission exercises. So let's have a look. Articles. Very important. The articles are placed before nouns to show whether they are used in a particular or general sense. There are mainly two types. The definite article, the is known as the definite article because it is used to talk about something in particular. It is used to specify. Yes, it is used in the following cases. With the superlative degree of an adjective, the is used with ordinals such as 5th, 11th. Yes, the definite article, ordinals which talks about the position. The definite article is used when a singular noun stands for a whole class. The is used with the names of the following: oceans, deserts, canals, mountain ranges, seas and rivers. The is used before common nouns which are names of things unique of their kinds like the sun, the moon and the sky. A and an are called the indefinite articles because they do not point to any definite or particular person, place or thing. Yes, the indefinite article A is used before words in the following instances: before a word beginning with a consonant sound, before words referring to something general. So you have to remember these points. The definite article is used before words in the following instances. Before a word beginning with a consonant sound, before words referring to something general. The indefinite article A is used before words that begin with a vowel but which are pronounced as the consonant ye or ve and therefore act as a consonant. The indefinite article an is used before words beginning with a vowel and words beginning with letters with a vowel sound. An is preferred before silent H. An is preferred before abbreviations that have a vowel sound. So you have to remember these points. Prepositions. A preposition is a word that indicates the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and other words in a sentence. We say the cat is sitting on the table. Yes, so on is a preposition. So examples: in, on, at, under, before, over, behind. So many examples I have given you, children. Placement of prepositions. A preposition is usually placed before the noun or pronoun it governs. For example, birds are flying in the sky. Pronouns. Pronouns are words that we use in the place of nouns. There are mainly 5 kinds of pronouns. Relative, the pronoun that relate to some noun coming before in the sentence are known as relative pronouns. For example, that, which, who, what, etc. Emphatic. Emphatic pronouns are used only for the sake of emphasis. They are formed by adding self to my, him, like myself, himself, yourself, themselves. Yes. Personal pronouns help us to determine who is the speaker of a given sentence and to whom the sentence is addressed. There are mainly 3 categories of personal pronouns. First person pronoun, I, me, my, that is in first person. Second person pronoun, you, your, etc. Third person, he, she, it, they, them, etc. So first person, second person, third person pronoun. Reflexive pronoun that reflects the action of the subject on the subject itself is called reflexive. Reflexive pronouns are formed by adding self to my, your, him, her, it. They are also formed by adding selves, themselves, yes, himself, yourselves. Demonstrative that are used to point out. See, that house, this, that, this and that are used. These, those are used for pointing out. Yes, this, that, these, those. Placing of pronouns. Like nouns, pronouns are used as a subject and or object of a sentence. For example, he is a good dancer. Here the pronoun he acts as the subject. I gave him a pen. Here the pronoun him acts as the object. Determiners. A word or a group of words that introduces a noun are called determiners. Many a times we find determiners missing from the questions pertaining to omission. A determiner can consist of words belonging to different parts of speech. Articles a and the, pronouns this, that, these, those, one, none, all, some. See, anyone, everybody, either, neither, etc. pronouns. Look at it, children, so that you remember adjectives: my, her, mine, hers, your, their, etc. Read again and again, okay, children, so that you remember very well and you don't go wrong in writing your answers. Placing of articles and determiners. Articles and determiners usually introduce a noun and are placed before a noun. Example, I have never travelled on a plane. The article is A, introduces the noun plane. I have some sweets in the refrigerator. The determiner some introduces the noun sweets because we are talking about sweets. So, some sweets. Let us flex some neurons. The following passage has not been edited. One word has been found to be missing in each line. Write the missing word along with the word that comes before it and after it in your answer sheet. But you have to write it in your notebook. You don't have answer sheet. Yes, children? So look at it. A cool breeze. Read the question. This is your assignment. Yes, children? Note down. Read it very carefully. See which word is missing in which line and you have to note down. Yes, children? So very interesting, children. Please write the correct answer. Yes, if I tell you the answer always, then you will not be able to write in the examination, right? So this is your homework. Please do it. Write down the answer, children. That's all. Thank you and goodbye.